Hey guys, now let's take a look at data types in JavaScript. Till now, we saw variables in the previous video, but we really didn't care about what type of values are we assigning to the variables. So today, let's take a look at data types in JavaScript. So now let's take a look at number data type. Number data type include all types of number in JavaScript, including integers, it may be decimal or any type of number. So let's take a look at an example. Let's declare a variable where num is equals to 9. To take a look at the type of variable in JavaScript, there is a special method known as type of. In brackets, you need to enter num and display number. So type of num is number. So what if we change it to 9.15? It's still a number. So let's add some numbers, random numbers. It's still a number. So in JavaScript, any number, it may be a floating point, it may be an integer, it is a number. So now let's take a look into our next data type, strings. As of now, consider string to be just a group of sentences or words between double quotes. Let's take a look at an example. Let's declare a variable where str is equals to hey optimist. Now let's take a look at the type of variable str. Type of str. It's a string. You can access individual values in strings with the help of bracket notation. For example, str of 0 is going to give you h. str of 1 is going to give you e. Now let's take a look at the boolean data type. Boolean data type consists of either true or false. Let's take a look at an example where bool equals to true and type of bool, and it's boolean. Let's change it to false and it's still a boolean. We haven't looked at conditionals yet. When we take a look at conditionals, you'll get a clear idea of what bool is. Now let's take a look at if you define a variable and not assign it to anything, what will its type be? Let's take a look at an example where str, now type of str. The variables which are declared and not assigned in JavaScript are given a special type known as undefined. Also, if you try to check the type of undeclared variable, it is also undefined. Let's take a look at an example. Type of num. Sorry. Yeah, that's undefined too. Now, if you want to assign a variable to zero value, that is, the variable is declared but doesn't contain anything, we have a special data types known as null. Let's take a look at it where str equals to null. Now let's check the type of str. It says object. Odd, right? Don't worry, we'll be taking a look at object in this current video. Null is given when a value of variable is either empty or the value of the variable is 0. Undefined is when a variable is not even assigned yet. Now we are going to see a bit complicated data types, so brace yourselves. We are going to take a look at arrays in JavaScript. We'll be talking about arrays in deep as we move on to the course. Arrays are a very important type in JavaScript. Now let's take a look at an example of an array. Let's declare a variable where arr equals to. Arrays need to be declared inside square brackets, that is an opening and closing square bracket, and then you put your elements inside the square bracket, that is 1 2. It can contain any type of data type, that is we have numbers. Let's add string optimist. Let's check the type of the variable. Strange, right? This also says an object. Don't worry, we are going to be taking a look at objects next, and I'll explain why it's showing objects. I want to say a few things about array before we move on to objects. We can access array values using bracket notations just like string, but you have some difference over here. Array of 0 is going to give you 1. Array of 2 is going to give you optimist. Now, if we see an array, let's just say I want to declare a person and assign his name, age, and gender over here. I can't assign a label values to it, right? I need to depend on the order. So to solve that solution, we have objects. Alright, let's look at an example where person equals to objects need to be declared inside parenthesis. Let's assign a label name colon optimist and comma age colon 19 and gender colon male. Alright, now let's take a look at the type of person variable. Type of person. It's an object. Now let's take a look at how can we access the values inside object. Can we do person of 0? Let's check what it returns. It doesn't return anything, right? Cause person 0 is undefined. Now let's try person of name. It returns Optimus, right? That's how you access values in objects. You need to enter the variable name of the object and then in square brackets you need to enter the label. Now let's access person of age and it gives 19. That's how we access it. Don't get stressed if you can't wrap your mind around arrays and objects. We'll be looking at more arrays and objects as we move into the course. You'll get a hang on of it as we practice more. So hold on. Why was array a type of object and null a type of object? Because array is just an extension of object with some methods to it, and null is just an instant of the object class itself. So we'll be seeing more about this in the further videos, so stay tuned. Hope you're enjoying the playlist. Good luck.